to be a success, certainly enough to be able to do it again. And we...
Makes it shorter.
Do you want to say anything, or do we just say open it up?
Let's just, open it up.
Me?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
So a couple of good things. First, I really liked the Frankenstein Cafe. That was a great idea.
Bravo.
And it was a lot of fun. One of the things for next year, a lot of the panels this year seem to be centered around nostalgia for the early Comic-Con. And for those of us who moved to San Diego past that era, it was interesting once, but if that's going to be the predominant topic next year...
No, and we agree. We understood that. It's part of the reason some of the inspiration for this was the 40th anniversary of the first El Cortez convention. And just the whole idea of having, like kind of more intimate, friendly, more manageable convention again came from the conventions of those. But we understand that the programming, going forward can't really continue to be focused on those kinds of things. So we don't plan to do that. Yeah. But we still, we're not going to be trying to just, try to focus on whatever's hot out there in the market or something like that. Because, as serious fans, we're always interested in the whole history of our genre and all the good books and all the good movies and comics that have been in it. So, we'll continue. We'll be looking at, the good things from the past and the not so far past and even the present. But not so much on the nostalgia about the old conventions.
And one suggestion about Cafe Frankenstein. Turn part of it over. I wasn't comfortable there. The chairs were. Other people said, "Oh, we schmoozed quite nicely," but I got the impression I schmoozed there. So I was thinking, turn part over to a place where you can schmooze with comfortable chairs instead of dining chairs. And I was thinking, give it a name, call it the Islanda Wanda, or what do you call it, the Bloody Battle Lounge in honor of Bob Goodman.
Well, the whole idea was to recreate
I know.
the Cafe Frankenstein, so we're going to call it Cafe Frankenstein if we
But the lounge part, the comfy chair part, call it the Islanda Wanda Lounge. Part of the Cafe Frankenstein.
Spell that for me?
ISLANDHWANA lounge.
That's where the Zulus slaughtered British.
Yeah, 20,000 Zulus looked down upon 2,000 British and said,
I don't know that. Was that in a Ned's Adventure magazine?
Yeah.
Mike's really into Ned's Adventure.
Oh yeah, Men's Adventure Lounge, that's what we know.
Men's Adventure Cigar Lounge.
Exactly.
Thank you, Alan.
Well, and I was thinking that the steampunk folks could provide decorations for it. Because Bob was big on Victorian.
And then the obvious one, more dealers.
Yeah.
Shopping is fun.
I understand that the thing with the dealers is, well, okay, for the space, we didn't know, this is the first time you start out, and there's a lot of skepticism when you try to start something new. And there have been other attempts at starting different Comic-Cons in San Diego that haven't been successful. So we weren't sure how people were going to react and how many people would come. And this space here, a lot of small science fiction conventions, the steampunk convention and such, have found this to be a good space on this east side of the town and country here. It's a matter, if we wanted to have, we filled the dealers when we sold out. We had a waiting list, and so there's no, on this side, there's not really, unless, the only other alternative would be to, if we did like rows of hotel rooms, with letting dealers operate out of the hotel rooms, that's a possibility on this side.
At the Poly High,
Yeah.
the Tiki convention, they did that.
Did that seem successful?
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
They set up their booths all around the pool, and then opened up all the hotel rooms around the pool, and it was pretty fun going around. So if you have to make the giant jump to the convention center, that's probably not manageable.
Yeah, but that's the question is like, when do we want to, because there's a risk involved in anything like that, because then once you move over to that side, then you have a big room guarantee you have to do, and there's a lot of money involved, and you just don't know. So the only way we could really increase the dealer space over here is if we did like a dealer row with the with the rooms, and we did consider that, so, you know,
Yeah.
it might be something we would do.
Yeah,